Batting sixth in center field, a freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee, number 7, Tyler Jenkins. Batting 7th in right field, a freshman from Chapel Hill, Tennessee, number 5, Camden Vaughn. Batting 8th and catching, a freshman from Spring Hill, Tennessee, number 13, Russ Lambert. Batting 9th, the second baseman, a sophomore from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, number 2, Michael McClellan. Pitching for the Chargers, sophomore from Tiger, Georgia, number 30, Dylan Alonzo. Say national anthem, but I don't see a flag.
Well, good morning from the campus of Cleveland State Community College. Jay Harper here, Game Time Sports Network. Yeah, we're all over the place from Chat State. Now we're joining you here from this fantastic field, fantastic facility at Cleveland State. Again, Jay Harper, Game Time Sports Network, as we are about to bring you the elimination game here. We've got a couple of elimination games to get to. First of all, we are bringing you Columbia State, the Chargers. They are squaring off against the Green Jays of Jackson State. And the Chargers have been designated as the home team. Let's go ahead and get to the visiting team lineup. That would be Jackson State, the Green Jays. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 29, Ethan Quinn. Batting second, playing center field, it's James Fenton. Batting third and playing third, it's Cade Spalding. Batting fourth and in left field, Titus Suggs. Batting fifth and playing first base, Baylor Melton. Batting sixth and catching, it's Garrett Lance. Batting seventh, the DH today, Devin Myers. Batting eighth, it's the right fielder. His last name is Gasser, and I can't read the first name. I'll get to that, though. And then we've got Pedro Fuentes. He is the second baseman, batting ninth. And on the mound for Jackson State, it is Caden Moore. The home team, again, the Columbia State Chargers. That would be, let's see here. We've got Dylan Alonso on the mound for the Chargers. He is number 30. Let's go ahead and get to the rest of the starting lineup here. And batting first and playing shortstop, it's Hudson Miles. Batting second and at third, it's Brady Hendricks. Batting third and playing first base, it is Clint Seymour. And batting fourth, it's the DH John Carter. Batting fifth and playing left field, Cade Hitson. Batting sixth and playing center field, Tyler Jenkins. Batting seventh, playing right field, Cam Vaughn. Batting eighth and catching is Russ Lambert. And batting ninth and at second base, it is Mike McClellan. So Trey Gasser is the right fielder for Jackson State. Columbia State coming in with a 27-25 overall record, 17-12 in the conference. And again, Dylan Alonso is the young man on the mound starting this game for Coach Desi Ammons. Alonso coming in with a 5.85 ERA, 6-3 record on the year. And he's pitched 47 and 2/3 innings. And as he continues to take his wind-ups and his tosses here. Of course, there are other games going on today. It's a big day on the Game Time Sports Network. We've got softball taking place and, of course, other baseball happening over at Chat State. But due to the weather that really fouled us up, we've got games going on here in baseball in an effort to catch up, going on in two locations. Tim Reese handling things back at Chat State. Leading off, it is the shortstop, Ethan Quinn, for Jackson State. And he looks at a ball on the first pitch.
First pitch, 9:55 a.m.
Quinn, a .255 hitter on the season. He's got no homers on the year, but 17 RBI. He'll be followed by James Fenton, the center fielder, and Cade Spalding at third base. That pitch misses. Up and out of the zone, going 3-0 now to the leadoff batter, Ethan Quinn. And 4 pitches and a base on balls.
Center fielder James Fenton.
So that does bring up James Fenton, the center fielder. Fenton, a 280 average coming into the tournament. He does have a homer on the year as he shows bunt, but pulls the bat back. Nice, pretty day here. Not a cloud in the sky in Cleveland, Tennessee, on the Cleveland State campus. That pitch inside. So 6 pitches, 6 balls thus far for the pitcher, Dylan Alonso. And the breaking ball that really didn't break. 3-0 now. And finding the plate there to go 3-1. A runner on. Ethan Quinn there at first base. And another strike, finding the plate to go full on the batter, James Fenton. And the throw over to first was a little closer than it should have been. Fenton, a freshman, looking at a full count. Another throw, and it gets away from the first baseman.
A sign error. 1.
So the runner reaching second base on the error. So a runner in scoring position already as Ethan Quinn makes his way to second base. The payoff pitch now to James Fenton, and that is behind him. Oh, and actually as he ducked out of the way, the ball hit his bat. So a foul ball. So we'll do it again with another payoff pitch here, the full count. And a breaking ball finds the plate for the strikeout. 1 down.
Third baseman Cade Spalding.
Cade Spalding, the batter now, the third baseman. And Titus Suggs, the left fielder, due up next.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is number 20. Yes.
Spalding with a 268 average coming into the tournament. Got a homer to his credit as he looks at a strike from the pitcher, Dylan Alonso. And a foul ball. An 0-2 pitch coming now from the pitcher Alonso to Cade Spalding with a runner on second. So the 1-2 now, and a little roundhouse curve that misses. A 2-2 count. Pretty well hit. That finds the grass in the gap out in right field. And the run being waved home. So Jackson State manages to put one across, and the runner, Spalding, in trying to stretch it to a double, he is thrown out at second base. But nonetheless, the Green Jays strike first, 1-0. 2 down now for the left fielder, Titus Suggs. That hit right back up the box, and it finds center field. So Suggs, first pitch swinging, singles to center. So with 2 outs, that will bring up Melton, the third baseman. Baylor Melton leading the team in hitting with a .333 average. He's got 2 home runs to his credit as he steps to the plate with 2 out. Well hit out to center field, but playable. And the catch is made to retire the sides. We move along now to the bottom of the first inning as Jackson State manages to get a couple of hits and send one across the plate to go up 1-0. This is the Game Time Sports Network. On the mound for the Jackson State Green Jays, they are sending Caden Moore to the hill. He comes in with a 10.73 ERA. He's had some hard luck. 0-9 on the season. 50 and a third innings pitch coming into the tournament. And the first batter he will face is the shortstop Hudson Miles, who will be followed by the third baseman Brady Hendricks. And then at first base, Clint Seymour is the third batter here to start the bottom of the first inning. Hudson Miles, a 400 hitter on the year. And he swings at the first pitch, which is fouled out of play. And another foul to go 0-2. Miles, 4 dingers on the season, and he leads the team in RBI. Well, second on the team, in RBI with 42. And fouls that back. So swinging at the first 3 pitches and getting a little piece of each one of them. And the breaking ball bouncing away from the Jackson State catcher, Garrett Lance. One of the best catchers in the conference. Got a fantastic arm, darn good hitter. And it's a strikeout. As Hudson Miles goes down on strikes, 1 down. Here's Brady Hendricks, and he leads the team in RBIs. I'll check that. I was correct initially in that Hudson Miles leads the team in RBIs. Hendricks steps up to the plate now with a .246 average on the season. From the left-hand side, the first pitch is up and out of the zone. And that doesn't miss by much. It goes 3-0 now. Clint Seymour waits on deck, the first baseman. There's a strike. And another called strike from the pitcher, Caden Moore. Oh, mercy. Just missing the outside corner. So Hendricks will draw the base on balls. That does send Clint Seymour to the plate now. Seymour hitting .386 coming into the tournament. He's got 4 homers on the year. And the throw down to second. Gets past the second baseman, but the stolen base is collected by Brady Hendricks. So a runner in scoring position now. Ooh, a comeback right back to Moore. He's able to knock it down but can't make a play. But fortunately, he was able to knock it down and deflect it to some degree. That was a hot shot that could have really injured him had it not been deflected by his glove to some degree. Runners on first and third with one out. For the designated hitter, he is the DH John Carter. And he gets plucked. So the base is loaded with one out. So a hit by pitch. And Cade Hidson will now move up to the batter's box. The left fielder for the Columbia State Chargers. And I apologize for my voice. I did 14 hours of softball yesterday, including an 11-inning affair that took 3 hours and 40 minutes. We didn't get done till midnight last night. And the old voice is kind of feeling it here today. Bases loaded, one out. For the left fielder, batting from the left-hand side, Cade Hidson. Hidson, a .336 average on the year. And he has an impressive 10 home runs for the season to lead the team. The pitcher Moore from the stretch with bases loaded. And hit foul down the first baseline. Tyler Jenkins is the center fielder. He waits on deck for the Chargers. The 1-1 count with one out. And fouled off again. That'll bring us to a 1-2 count. Prime opportunity here for the Chargers to put a number of runs on the board. Big long look, and now the pitch from Moore is up and outside. That brings the count to 2-2. Oh, rings him up as he is caught looking there on the outside corner. So a nice recovery from the pitcher, Caden Moore. With two outs now, Tyler Jenkins will step into the box. Tyler, a cool .326 average and 6 home runs in the regular season. As that breaking ball almost clipped Jenkins. The pitcher Moore trying to work out of a jam here. 2 down. And another inside pitch to bring the count to 2-0. And a pitch that finds the plate to go 2-1. Should Jenkins reach, it'll be the right fielder, Cam Vaughn. And just giving a piece. The count 2-2 with 2 down, bases loaded here. And the Chargers with a prime opportunity to, at the very least, tie it up. And the batter, Jenkins, claiming that he's got a little something in his eye, calling for time. And he steps back in. Moore got himself in a jam and got himself out of it as he retires the sides with the strikeout. 3 strikeouts already in the game now for the pitcher, Caden Moore. As we move on to the top of the second inning, as we join you from the campus of Cleveland State Community College for the TCCAA Region 7 Baseball Tournament on the Game Time Sports Network.
Catcher, Garrett Lance.
We head to the top of the second inning with Garrett Lance, the catcher, getting us going here in the batter's box. And the pitch from Dylan Alonzo is a ball. Lance with a .272 batting average. He's knocked 4 over the fence this season. Waiting on deck is the designated hitter, Devin Myers. That's well hit out to right field, as that will roll around out there. And Lance with a solid single to start us off in the top of the second inning.
Designated hitter, Devin Myers.
Here is the DH, Devin Myers. .276 is his batting average. 21 RBI on the year with 2 homers. The pitcher Alonzo from the stretch now. And one right down the pike for a strike. Big cut there, coming up empty. That pitch skips into the left-handed batter's box and gets away from the catcher, Lambert. And down on strikes goes the DH, Myers.
Right fielder, Trey Gasser.
Trey Gasser is the right fielder as he now takes his spot in the right-handed batter's box. From the stretch, Alonso with the pitch, misses up and out of the zone. Runner on second. That is the catcher, Garrett Lance, as Gasser takes a big cut. Fastball is Alonso. Can get it up there. A 3-2 count now. With one out. To the Jackson State right fielder. The payoff pitch now to Gasser. And he just barely stays alive with the check swing that is fouled off. There's the strikeout. The breaking ball finds the plate. 4 out, number 2.
Second baseman, Pedro Fuentes.
Pedro Fuentes, the second baseman, will try to keep this inning going and not leave the runner Garrett Lance stranded at second base. Swings at the first pitch to foul it down the third baseline. An 0-2 count now to the Green Jays second baseman. Runner on second. That's Garrett Lance after he led the inning off with a single to right field. Alonso having a little trouble snapping off that breaking ball, and seems to kind of drift on him. From the stretch now, the 1-2 pitch. And gets Fuentes to chase for the strikeout. 4 strikeouts now for the Chargers pitcher, Dylan Alonso. That will bring us to the bottom now of the second inning, as the Chargers will once again come to bat.
Right fielder, Cam Vaughn.
Leading off this inning for the Chargers is their right fielder, Cam Vaughn, as Caden Moore delivers a first pitch ball. And there's a strike. That misses low to bring the count to 2-1. Swung on, hit over toward second, and Fuentes making the out. 1 down.
Catcher, Russ Lambert.
Here is the catcher, Lambert, Russ Lambert. And he looks at a first pitch strike. Missing low. That brings the count to 2-1. Waiting on deck, the second baseman, Mike McClellan. Lambert, a .295 average on the year. No homers, but he does have 19 runs batted in. Hitters count here with a 3-1 pitch now from Moore. And he can't find the plate there, just missing inside for the base on balls, his second walk of the game.
Second baseman, Mike McClellan.
That does bring up McClellan now. McClellan, .273 average coming into the tournament. And that backs McClellan off the plate, but it catches the inside corner. Nice job keeping that ball in front of him, but still the runner able to scoot down to second base. So Lambert steals a bag. It's Lambert's 8th stolen base of the year. Not bad for a catcher. The 1-1. This is inside. Another 3-1 count. The Chargers' second baseman, Mike McClellan, with a chance with the runner in scoring position to tie this game up here, perhaps with a clean base hit. And there is a sharply hit ball over to short, and the play is made. Nicely done by Ethan Quinn. 2 down.
Shortstop, Hudson Miles.
We're back to the top of the order for Columbia State, as Hudson Miles, the shortstop, will now take his spot in the batter's box. One of the leading hitters for the Chargers, with that crisp .400 average. The breaking ball finds the plate to go 0-2. That's well hit. That will. The runner is held up at third. A wise choice. But the single does advance the runner down to third. So we do have a 2-out base hit from Hudson Miles.
Third baseman, Brady Hendricks.
Brady Hendricks, the third baseman, steps to the plate. He walked his first time up. Swinging at the first pitch, grounded to second, and the play is made. So the threat is quelled as Caden Moore once again works himself out of a bit of a jam as we move to the top of the third inning from the campus of Cleveland State Community College. We are back to the top of the order as Ethan Quinn steps in for the Green Jays. He looks at a called strike from the pitcher, Dylan Alonso. Quinn walked his first time up on 4 pitches and ultimately scored that run you see on the scoreboard. That pitch high to go 3-1 now as James Fenton waits on deck. That'll fill the count as we go 3-2. That's a rocket hit to right field as Quinn holds up at first. So with a runner on now, here is James Fenton, who struck out his first plate appearance. A leadoff single in the inning for Ethan Quinn. And again, Quinn has reached base both of his at-bats and looking at a bunt, but can't quite connect. The 0-1 pitch now with a runner on first. So Fenton can't get the bunt down on 2 tries. Sadly, in today's game, bunting, a lost art. And that misses high. That'll bring the count to a ball and 2 strikes. And Fenton goes down with the strikeout for the second time here today, but Quinn does manage to sneak over to second base.
Third baseman, Cade Spalding.
With 1 out now, Cade Spalding, who singled to right, is the batter. Popped up. And caught by the center fielder, who drifted over just to the right of second base behind the bag to
Left fielder,
collect that
Titus
second out.
Suggs.
Titus Suggs, the left fielder, is now the batter as he hit a good hot shot right up the middle for a single his last time. The runner trying to advance, that's Quinn, who gets over to third base. A 2-0 count now. And now that finds the plate for a strike. Two balls and a strike with two down. The count going 3-1. And getting the strike call. The count will fill now at 3-2. Fouled off to stay alive. Ball four as Alonso loses him. Baylor Melton will come to the plate with two down and two on. Melton again leads the team in batting average with .333 to his credit. 2 home runs on the year. Successfully checked his swing. From the stretch with runners on the corners, the pitch from Alonso. Right back up the middle, and the force at second to retire the side. The bottom of the inning coming up from Cleveland State.
Jackson State in the top of the third. No runs, 1 hit. There were 2 runners left.
So the base on balls on 4 pitches. And the batter, John Carter, who was hit by a pitch his first time up, is the batter now. Clint Seymour taking his base. And Caden Moore finding the plate there to go 0-2 now. To this big, tall right-handed hitter, the designated hitter, John Carter. The runner goes. The throw by Lance is safe. A stolen base for Seymour. And hits the batter. That is the second time that Carter's been hit today in his 2 at-bats. That brings Cade Hitson to the plate. Hitson struck out his last time up. As he steps in now with 2 runners on and nobody out. Offering at the first pitch. Can't quite catch up to the fastball from Moore. That's pretty well hit out to left field. And the run will come around to score to tie it up. So it's an RBI single for Cade Hitson to make it a 1-1 game.
Center fielder Tyler Jenkins.
Still nobody out. 2 runners on for Tyler Jenkins, the Chargers center fielder. Showing bunt and fouls one off. And it must have hit him, so he is out. He must have made contact when I guess he was out of the box. But he's been called out. Coach Ammons questioning the call with the umpire. So the next batter, if the call isn't reversed, and let's face it, they rarely are. The next batter now is Cam Vaughn.
Right fielder Cam Vaughn.
Vaughn grounded out to second base in his initial at bat. Looks at a ball here. So we have a mound visit. Well, we are chock full of games here on the Game Time Sports Network today. We'll have another elimination game when this one concludes. It's scheduled to begin at 12:30 between Pellissippi State and Chattanooga State. Frankly, two surprise teams here. Pellissippi State, the number 3 seed. Chattanooga State, the number 2 seed. So both of them upset to be here in the elimination game. Also currently going on at Chat State right now, it's Southwest Tennessee and Walter State. That game in progress. I'll have an update for you when I get one. Cleveland State and Roan State, they will get underway at 1 o'clock today. Then we will have the loser of that Southwest Tennessee-Walter State game take on the winner of the Columbia State-Jackson State game that's happening right now. And that game will commence over at Chat State at 4:30. Here's the 1-0 to Vaughn. Just missing outside to go 2-0. Swung on and grounded foul. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Caden Moore. And Lance doing a great job of keeping that in front of him. 3-1 now. That pitch way outside. He loses him, so bases loaded with 1 out. Now the Chargers had this scenario earlier in the game, and Moore managed to get out of it. Coach Winders wanting to have a chat with the troop. There's nobody warming up in the bullpen. So this, I guess, just a calm down meeting here with the bases loaded, 1 out. Well, maybe we do have a pitching change. I frankly didn't see anyone warming up, but apparently we do have a new pitcher coming in for Jackson State. Alan Torres has been called in relief of Caden Moore. So, gee, no pressure here. Bring a guy in. He's going to come into the game and faces a bases-loaded situation with 1 out.
Now pitching a freshman from Trenton, Tennessee, number 4, Alan Torres.
Alan Torres, an 8.82 ERA, a 2-2 record. He's got 32 2/3 innings of work under his belt this year. 3 saves on the year. So Torres, the new pitcher now, and we are looking in the top of the 4th. The Salukis of Southwest, they're down 2-0 to Walter State. And the other baseball game happening on the Chat State campus. And in softball, looks like Jackson State leading that one in the top of the 4th over Cleveland State, 1-0.
Catcher Russ Lambert.
Here's the catcher for the Chargers, Lambert. As his first pitch from the new pitcher, Alan Torres, called a ball. Lambert with the bases loaded and 1 out. Swings at that outside pitch. Can't catch up to it. From the stretch, here's Torres. That's hit too short. They get the first, and they get the double play to retire the sides. Some sweet defense there from Jackson State. The classic 6-4-3 double play to retire the sides and keep the score right where it is. So Torres comes in and does his job and keeps the score at 1-1 as we head to the top of the fourth inning. Aside from all the baseball action, quite a bit of softball action happening today. 5 more games. As we mentioned, Cleveland State, Jackson State, they are currently playing. Jackson State on top 1-0 in the fourth inning. At 12:30, at least that's the schedule, Chattanooga State will be taking on Dyersburg State. Then it's Volunteer State and Walter State at 3 o'clock. That will be a dandy. You've got the number 2 seed up against the number 3. Then scheduled at 5:30, it's the loser of the Chattanooga State-Dyersburg State game, taking on the winner of the game that's being played right now between Cleveland State and Jackson State. And in the nightcap, it's Walter State, the loser, rather, of the Volunteer State-Walter State game, will play Roan State, who won that 11-inning marathon last night in the defeat of Motlow State. So there's a lineup for the softball side of things. And we mentioned the baseball lineup a little bit ago. They too, actually there are 6 games taking place in baseball, 2 of which are here and 4 of which are on the campus of Chattanooga State. The next game being played here, when this one concludes, is another elimination game between 2 teams that frankly we really didn't expect to see here in this round. The number 3 seed Pellissippi State facing the number 2 seed Chat State. That's scheduled again when this one concludes around 12:30. The catcher, Garrett Lance. Now the batter. And a mighty cut. And swings at another pitch. That one was about 2 feet outside. 0-2 now. Lance with 4 home runs on the season, a .272 average. And that pitch way outside once again. And the catcher, Lambert, tried to lay out to catch it, but couldn't get there. 1-2 now. And the strikeout.
Designated hitter, Devin Myers.
Here is Devin Myers, the DH. He struck out his last time up. And the fastball just missing high. And a strike. Myers is going to be followed by the right fielder, Trey Gasser. Pitch inside. Brings the count to 3-1. That is a walk. Another base on balls.
Number 26.
Trey Gasser, the right fielder, is now the batter.
You guys out of school yet?
The runner goes, and the throw sailed out into center field.
And then sign error 2. Sign error.
So Jackson State with a runner at third now.
Remember a minute ago he did that. Yeah.
So an 0-2 count now on the right fielder, Trey Gasser. From the stretch, here is Alonso's pitch. It swung on and fouled. The 0-2 pitch now with the runner on third. And down on strikes goes Gasser. That's the second strikeout for him today. That brings the second baseman up, Pedro Fuentes.
Second baseman, Pedro Fuentes.
And the first pitch is low. That hit to short and then retired at first base. So
Jackson State in the fourth.
getting out of a bit of a jam there with a runner on third.
One left on base.
We now will move to the bottom of the fourth inning as we remain tied up here at Cleveland State.
baseman, Mike McClellan.
The second baseman, McClellan, leading off this inning as he hits one to short. And the play is made for the first out.
Shortstop, Hudson Miles.
We're back to the top of the order with Hudson Miles. And a first pitch strike from the pitcher, Alan Torres. One ball, one strike to the Chargers shortstop as that's fouled back. So 1-2.
1-2. Thank you.
Swung on and fouled back. Brady Hendricks is the batter waiting on deck. The 1-2 now from Torres with a big long look and a couple of shakeoffs, and here we go. And down on strikes goes the leadoff batter, Miles.
Third baseman, Brady Hendricks.
Brady Hendricks will step in. Brady, the Charger third baseman. Hit over toward first. And Torres doing a nice job getting over there to cover the bag. And that will retire the sides.
Stayed in the bottom of the fourth. 3 up and 3 down. 29. Ethan Quinn.
The Jackson State shortstop back up at the plate. This is third at bat. He's walked and singled. Ethan Quinn, the batter. And he looks at a first pitch strike from the pitcher, Dylan Alonso. That pitch a little high. 1-1. James Fenton, the center fielder, is due up next. Getting the strike call on the inside part of the plate. A 2-2 count on the Green Jays shortstop, Ethan Quinn. Quinn choking up on the bat. Can't catch up to the Alonso fastball for the first out.
Center fielder James Fenton.
The center fielder, James Fenton, who has struck out twice today. And he takes a big cut. Can't catch up to the Alonso fastball. Strike one. And the breaking ball finds the plate. 0-2. So, another K for Fenton. Been a rough day at the plate for James.
Third baseman Cade Spalding.
Cade Spalding, who has singled and popped up to the center fielder, is now the batter. That's hit a mile high. The third baseman calling for it, now called off by the shortstop as Hudson Miles squeezes it for the third out. So our score hanging in there. We are still tied up at 1 apiece.
First baseman Clint Seymour.
Clint Seymour leads off this inning. as Alan Torres remains on the mound for the Green Jays. The first pitch ball. It's hit pretty high out into left field. Keeps drifting, and the left fielder can't make the play. That was hit a mile, and it kept drifting. And I think perhaps just the unfamiliarity with the ballpark had the Jackson State left fielder Titus Suggs not quite sure where he was out there when he came close to the wall. So a runner on second for the batter, Carter, who's been hit twice today. And the little didn't mean to swing ends up being an out. So Carter hasn't really been able to catch a break. He's been hit twice and then didn't mean to swing. Kind of a check swing there that ended up being an out. Cade Hitson, the batter. Yeah, that hit well, but foul. Hitson sitting dead red, and he got it and pulled it foul. Another hit by pitch. That's the third Charger that's been hit today. John Carter was hit twice. Now Hitson. Tyler Jenkins, the batter. As that pitch from Torres backs Jenkins off the plate a little. Seymour at third base after that long fly ball that couldn't be handled out to left field. That is hit a mile, but foul. Not by much. So with one out and runners on the corners. From the stretch, here comes the pitch from Torres. And the runner goes at second. Trying to get the force at home, and the throw off the line. So the Chargers end up going ahead on the error. And the runner that was at first makes it all the way to third base. So a one-out error resulting in a run here that sends the Chargers on top. Here's Cam Vaughn.
Right fielder Cam Vaughn.
Vaughn gets just a piece. An 0-2 count with one out. Two runners in scoring position. Hit sharply to second. They come home. And the runner is tagged out. That runner didn't have to, he could have just stayed there. So 2 down. So Vaughn reaches on the fielder's choice. Here is Russ Lambert. He has walked today. Pulled foul. Pellissippi State and Chattanooga State are slated to begin their elimination game when this one concludes, and Pellissippi State already in the ballpark as they're observing things. And in the bottom of the fifth, in the other baseball game happening, Southwest Tennessee, they are down by a 4-0 score to Walter State. And on the softball side of things, Jackson State is leading Cleveland State 7-1. And the left fielder drifting under that. No problem for Suggs with that with that batted ball as he retires the sides. But the Chargers do manage to scrape one across to go ahead 2-1 here as we move to the top of the 6th inning. The batter is Titus Suggs. As that is fouled out of play. The 0-2 pitch now to Suggs is high. Scrape that one off the turf, and the throw made by Hendricks for the first out.
First baseman, Baylor Melton.
Here is the first baseman, Baylor Melton. As a ball delivered. Dylan Alonso still on the mound as Melton swings through the pitch. And they're saying that Melton went around on that. And Melton down on strikes. That will send Garrett Lance to the plate now.
Catcher, Garrett Lance.
Fouled back to the screen. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. As Dylan Alonso still working on the mound here. He's been a bit erratic at times, but only allowing 4 hits. And by my count, 10 strikeouts. So he's obviously been effective here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the breaking ball that really didn't break. The count full at 3-2. To the Green Jays catcher, Lance. And he goes down on the strikeout for the 3rd out. As we move along to the bottom of the 6th inning from the campus of Cleveland State Community College. Let's go ahead and give you some updates on the other 2 games that are happening, both of them happening at the campus of Chattanooga State. In the bottom of the 6th, on the softball side of things, Jackson State up by a 7-1 score over Cleveland State. And in the other baseball game happening at the moment, Southwest Tennessee has been able to put one on the board, so they are down by a 4-1 score in the top of the 6th to Walter State. After this game here in Cleveland, we will have the Pellissippi State Chattanooga State game, another elimination game. That's scheduled to start actually at 1 o'clock today. And also at Chattanooga at 1 o'clock, Roane State and Cleveland State will be squaring off in another baseball game. In softball, more action after the Jackson State-Cleveland State game. It will be Chattanooga State and Dyersburg State. That's a 12:30 scheduled start for the next softball game. And then at 3 o'clock, Volunteer State and Walter State in softball. That'll be a dandy. That's the number 2 seed versus the number 3 seed. Alan Torres still on the mound for the Green Jays, as the batter for the Chargers is their second baseman, Mike McClellan. And McClellan is thrown out at first. One away.
Shortstop, Hudson Miles.
The top of the order now for Columbia State. It's Hudson Miles, the shortstop. First pitch, ball. It's well hit out to left field for a clean single.
Third baseman, Brady Hendricks.
Brady Hendricks, the batter, the third baseman for Columbia State. That's high and outside. Popped up. Left field. In play. And the catch is made for the out in fair territory.
16. First baseman, Clint Seymour.
Clint Seymour, the batter, who reached on an error his last time at the plate. Clint, the Chargers' first baseman. And the side is retired. So a nice defensive inning for the Green Jays. Defensively, we've got a change for the Chargers as Kiato Muto is now at second base. Number 8 in place of McClellan.
Attention, please. Defensively for Columbia State, now playing second base, a freshman from Bowling Green, Kentucky, number 8, Kaito Muto. Designated hitter, Devin Myers.
Devin Myers, the DH for the Green Jays, will take his spot in the batter's box. He has struck out and walked, and now hits one out to center field, and the catch can't be made. A great effort on the part of the Chargers center fielder. Tyler Jenkins laid out but could not get a glove to squeeze that pitch and that hit. So a runner on, nobody out for Trey Gasser, the right fielder. As Gasser swings through the first pitch from Dylan Alonso. A 1-1 count on the DH, Devin Myers. 276 average. This is Glasser. Myers is at first. After singling out to center field. And there he goes. And he is out at second. So a fine throw from the catcher as Russ Lambert. Russ Lambert guns down Myers at second. A 2-2 count now on Gasser, who is at the plate. A full count now on the pitch from Alonso, and down on strikes goes number 26, Gasser. Now it's the second baseman, Pedro Fuentes. Gasser has struck out 3 times today, and that the 11th strikeout for Alonso. That's fouled back. An 0-2 count now as Alonso a strike away from strikeout number 12. Catcher Russ Lambert getting a workout back there in spite of all the strikeouts. 2-2 the count. And just staying alive, Fuentes with the foul tip. And hit by pitch. Alonso was thinking that he had a strike. And now Coach Emmons wanting just a clarification on what all went down. So the hit by pitch call stands.
Shortstop, Ethan Quinn.
So with 2 outs, we're back up to the top of the order with Ethan Quinn. One ball, one strike with 2 outs. And getting the runner back to first. One ball, 2 strikes now to the leadoff batter, Ethan Quinn. Out to left field, and the catch is made to retire the sides. So we'll move on to the bottom of the 7th from the campus of Cleveland State.
pitcher, John Carter.
John Carter stepping in now. He's had some rough luck here today. Has he been hit for the third time now? That, my goodness. Hit 3 times today. That,
33.
Wow. I mean, I don't think it's intentional by any means, but, I mean, good grief. Hit by a pitch 3 times in one game.
For Columbia State, running at first base. Sophomore from Franklin, Tennessee, number 33, Jackson Weedling. Batter is left fielder, Cade Hitson.
Here is the left fielder now, Cade Hitson, and he has been hit by a pitch as well. Foul down the first base line. Three balls and 1 strike now. That's a not quite sure what happened there.
It's just a stolen base.
As the throw sailed on Lance, I suppose. As the throw ended up almost in right field. I don't know if he tried to hold up the throw and it just slipped out of his hand. And another foul. A full count. The payoff pitch from Torres with a runner on second. And a foul. That's well hit out to center, but playable. And drifting under it to make the catch is the Green Jays center fielder. And James Fenton hauls in the first out here.
Center fielder, Tyler Jenkins.
Tyler Jenkins, the Chargers center fielder, now at the plate. That is hit to the left fielder. And the catch is made. Cam Vaughn fouling off the first pitch. The 0-1 pitch now to the right fielder, Vaughn, is a ball, 1-1. And the runner kind of hung up between short and second and is thrown out. So the runner gunned down for the third out, hung out to dry there at between second and third to retire the sides. So that's a rough way to end an inning. We move to the top of the eighth inning. I'm Jay Harper, Game Time Sports Network.
Lunchtime snack at the concession stand located directly behind the third base grandstand. Your attention, please, for Jackson State pinch hitting. Sophomore from Covington, Tennessee, number 22, Chris Godwin.
So a pinch hitter for Jackson State, Chris Godwin, is retired on the ground out. The batter now, Cade Spalding. There, a strike from Alonso. One ball and two strikes now to the Jackson State third baseman, Cade Spalding. It skips in there. And down he goes on strikes. So another strikeout for Alonso.
Left fielder, Titus Suggs.
I believe that is his 12th strikeout. Titus Suggs, the batter now. Missing outside. A 1-1 count now with two down. Fouled back out of play. Hit out to left field. And the play can't be made by the left fielder as it's over his head. So it's a two-out double for Suggs. That will bring Baylor Melton to the plate.
First baseman, Baylor Melton.
We've got a pinch runner now running for Suggs.
Thank you.
And it's Romarian Durham.
For Jackson State, running at second base, a sophomore from Ripley, Tennessee, number 30, Romarian Durham.
First pitch ball to Baylor Melton, the Jackson State first baseman. So Coach Ammons wants to have a chat with his pitcher. Can't see the bullpen from here, so can't tell if anybody's warming up or not. We don't think anyone is. pitcher Alonzo, a big young man. Coach Ammons has to stand there and look up to have a chat with him as the coach heads back to the dugout. So we resume this at bat with a 2-ball, no strike count and 2 outs. And there's a strike. Evens the count at 2-2 now. The runner goes and steals the bag. The tying run now 90 feet away at third base as Durham, who's pinch running, manages to steal the bag. A full count. Here's the payoff from Alonzo. And swung on. And more than likely swung at ball 4. That'll send us to the bottom of the inning.
One runner left.
For the Chargers, they will send Cam Vaughn to the plate to get this bottom of the 8th inning started.
Right fielder, Cam Vaughn.
Torres still on the mound for the Green Jays. And a base hit now. So the Chargers getting started this inning with the base hit.
Catcher, Russ Lambert.
So Vaughn reaches on the single. And Russ Lambert up. They call a balk on Torres. So Vaughn will advance down to second base. So we're in the early part of the inning here. Now the umps will have a chat about perhaps whether it was indeed a balk. But with a 2-1 score and a runner in scoring position is where that balk ends up putting the runner here in this close game in late innings. This could be an important call here. as they
defensively for Jackson State. Durham has stayed in the game and playing left field. Marion Durham now playing left field. And now playing in center field, number 15, freshman Yahir Cordero. Cordero now in center field.
So now the umpires speaking with Coach Ammons here. Well, if perhaps they are going to reverse this balk call. But a fairly long discussion about it all. Yeah, they're sending him back to first. I had a feeling that since they were talking to Coach Ammons that that's what they were going to do, and determined that a balk was not a required call there. The bunt laid down by Lambert. So that does get the runner down to second. Well, they worked on getting him down there one way or another. So Lambert with the sacrifice.
Second baseman, Kaito Buto.
That brings up the young man who came in place of McClellan. This is Muto at the plate. That's well hit out to center field. The center fielder can't catch up to it as he was playing rather shallow. The runner at second will score to make it 3-1 Chargers. Muto giving that one a ride.
Shortstop, Hudson Miles. Third baseman, Brady Hendricks.
Dude, you were breaking up. I can't hear anything you're saying. Not really. Back up your phone a little. Okay, so what are you trying to do? Push what over? The control panel. No, you leave the control panel where it is. Okay. Again, I can't see what you're trying to show me here. All right. So what cleared out of it? Well, no, it's not the control. It's the scoreboard that you need to. Okay, how do I do that? Okay, right. Let's see. Okay, it looks like. All right. Okay. Yeah, just click the tab that says baseball, and now drag that over. Yeah. Well, go ahead and. Okay, there it is. Okay, now how do I get the logo frame? All right, go back over to your control panel. Click it. All right, now under game, see the teams? That's where you change them. could just scroll down there, or scroll up, or whatever you got to do to get those to move. I mean, put your cursor in the middle of all that and try scrolling.
Pull his cursor down.
There you go. Now open team and find the teams you need. All right, hang on. That out of the park as Brady Hendricks gets a hold of one. It's a 2-run blast to make it 5-1 for the Chargers here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Yeah, find you one of those. I don't know what teams you got coming up.
First baseman Clint Seymour.
Yeah. I mean, wait. Wait on it. Hang on. Can you believe it? Back-to-back home runs. As Clint Seymour plants one now. That makes it a 6-1 game now, as Columbia State has just broken this one wide open.
Designated hitter Jackson Reedland.
So that will retire the sides, as we now have again a 6-1 score as we move to the top of the 9th inning at Cleveland State Community College. So you're doing, which one are you doing, Chattanooga and Dyersburg? Okay. Yeah, there should be one down there, yeah, that says Chat State. Yeah, just hit that. There you go. No, you don't have to do any of that. Go to your other one. Now, your home team is, what, Dyersburg? Okay, there should be one in there that says JSCC somewhere. Or, yeah, that one there, that should work. Go back over to your control panel. Pull that up. The game portion of it.
Attention, please. Defensively for Columbia State, now pitching. A sophomore from Clarksville, Tennessee, number 40, Jay Watson.
Okay, now scroll up. Go in the other direction. Okay, now hit game on to the left there.
Catcher, Garrett Lance.
So there's your, now where it says count and where it says bases, click the eyeballs, remove those. So that stuff doesn't show up your scoreboard. Okay. So it looks like they're, all right, hit overlay on your other side there where it'll appear on the screen. There you go. Now, hit test. Does it let you do it? Okay. All right, you're in the wrong game. Go to the 12:30 game. You're in baseball. Go to your softball game. Yeah, highlight the one that says Chattanooga.
Designated hitter, Kevin
Now
Myers.
go over and hit test. And confirm. And let that, watch your little thing down there at the bottom that tells you the status.
What's the base hit?
And when it says that you're in pre-broadcast test, let that run for a little few minutes, seconds, what have you, and then hit live, and you'll be ready to go. All right, thanks, Jay. Okay, man. All right, so we've already got one out. Missed that.
And a beautiful play at first base to get the runner as Herlin Duran was just retired at first base for the second out. And now it's the second baseman, Pedro Fuentes. He's up at the plate. And we do indeed have a new Charger pitcher, by the way, is Jay Watson. That's a big man out there on the mound. And Fuentes swinging through it to bring us to a 1-1 count. And apparently he was hit. Boy, we've had a lot of hit batsmen today. We're at the top of the order with Ethan Quinn. That's the second time Fuentes has been hit. And for the Chargers, John Carter, he got hit 3 times. Just, that is crazy. And there you have it. That will wrap us up as the Chargers take this one, and that will send the Green Jays home, unfortunately, for Jackson State.
No runs on 1 hit, 2 runners left on base.
As it is a 6-1 final here at Cleveland State Community College. And now Columbia State, they will advance to take on the loser of the Southwest Tennessee Walter State game. And we'll see. Let's see if we have a final in that one yet. And no, we don't. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. We don't have a final, and Southwest Tennessee has gone ahead in that game. Earlier, Walter State was leading 4-0. And now the Salukis on the verge of upsetting the number 1 seed. So that is an interesting scenario. So, in any event, though, Columbia State now will face the loser of that Southwest Walter State game. So we've got, an inning left of that one. So that will give you the scenario. All right, we'll wrap up this stream, and we've got another game to get to that is scheduled to begin in 30 minutes. And in about 15 minutes or so, we'll fire up the next stream for you. Find it at GameTimeSportsNetwork.com.